story. I only went to only one support group for ADD, and this is why. I finally discovered that I had ADD and I was trying to get all the help and do the reading, so I signed up for a support group. And I was anxious about it because I'm not that person that likes to talk to people that much. And so I show up and it's like 30 people in a circle, and I sit down and I'm just waiting for the moderator to start. And all of a sudden, a secretary comes in and says to everybody, listen, the moderator isn't going to be able to make it tonight, but he still wants you to meet. So he's just suggesting you do an open forum, just whatever topics you want to talk about. I was like, what? Everybody here has ADD. And so the worst possible nightmare is having people be able to talk about whatever they want to talk about. I mean, that's why we're here, because we can't help ourselves. We're always talking about whatever we want to talk about, whether it's appropriate or germane at the time. And so it was just this like free for all of everybody. So no more support groups. What I do want to leave you with is a tip for the day. And this tip came from, you're not going to believe it, Jim McGreevey. Anybody remember Jim McGreevey? Jim McGreevey was a governor of New Jersey, and he had to step down because he was having an affair with a staffer or a consultant of some sort, somebody on his team. Also happened to be a man, and he was married to a woman, so that added to the awkwardness. Anyway, bizarrely, I met him in New York. He moved to New York after the New Jersey debacle, and we started running together. I met up with him running along the Hudson, so that was kind of awesome. And I don't know that he had ADD. I might guess that he did, but he once gave me a piece of advice that his grandmother gave him. So this is advice from Jim McGreevey's Nana. Yay! And so this is what it is. Plan your work and work your plan. Plan your work and work your plan. Now, as ADDers, we know if you don't plan your work, like for instance, in my line of work, if I didn't plan out my choir rehearsal, then I obviously couldn't work my plan, and often it would be sort of a disaster because it wasn't focused. I didn't know what I wanted from the rehearsal, and so I just started, ad-libbing and off the cuff. And sometimes you can do that, but most times it's not so great, and the kids know that you're not really planned out in terms of exactly what you want. But what's more fascinating to me is an ADDer's tendency, even if they've done the work, if they've planned the work, they will often abandon the plan, and they don't work that plan because they don't, what we say, trust the process. And this is one of the things that I continued to work through. And it's crazy, right? Because I would do tons of planning and I knew exactly what I wanted throughout the rehearsal. And it was all on paper, and all I had to do was follow it and trust that plan and then work that plan. Plan the work and work the plan. And when I would stick to it, even though my brain was saying, do something else or this isn't working, it was all of that work for nothing, and the rehearsal tended to be not successful. But if I stayed the course and I worked the plan, trust the process, even though in the moment it would sometimes feel like it wasn't successful, it was. So that's my advice. Plan your work your plan, and I always want to finish with this. ADD is a gift. A maddening, amazing gift. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.